Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy Ears. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And we're going to be breaking down the new Deadzone settings that were just added within the new 1.20 update in Modern Warfare. This is imperative that you guys are paying attention to this video and actually going ahead and fine-tuning your own Deadzone setting in a private match. Now, if you guys want to see more best settings, more best class setups, more tips and tricks videos, or more gameplay breakdowns where I analyze my gameplay or break down your gameplay to help you guys improve, make sure you guys absolutely smash like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on those post notifications. With all being said, let's get right into the breakdown of the new Deadzone settings and how you guys can better improve your aim, accuracy, and recoil control. Alright, so we're going to be looking at the new Deadzone settings that were just added to Modern Warfare within the new 1.20 update. This setting is going to directly affect your controller's responsiveness, especially when you guys are moving the analog sticks. Now, this is going to vary between controller to controller and also your controller's health and the durability and the usage of your controller. Now, I'm an Xbox Elite controller owner. Now, for those of us who own Xbox Elite controllers, we've already had the ability to kind of fine-tune our Deadzone setting. But for those of you who do not own Xbox Elite controllers, this might be alien to you, and I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you can fine-tune your controller yourself to figure out what the best Deadzone setting is for you. Now, like I said, this is going to vary on your controller's health. So if you guys have a brand new controller, you're going to be lucky enough to probably be able to run a low Deadzone setting. But if you guys have an older controller, you guys use your controllers every single day, all day like I do, or you guys just beat in your controllers, you might actually have to run a higher Deadzone setting, unfortunately. Now, to do this, you're going to have to jump into a private match, specifically on the map Speedball, and place your crosshairs on this target here. This is going to be our area of adjustment, where you're going to be figuring out exactly how you're going to have to tune your Deadzone setting yourself. Now, I'm going to jump into the settings right now. You guys can see here that unfortunately I am running a 0.07 Deadzone with a force sensitivity for the horizontal and a force sensitivity for the vertical. Now, ideally, I want to run a 0.04 Deadzone with a 4 horizontal and 4 vertical to kind of keep everything streamlined. But because my controller kind of suffers from slight stick drift, I'm going to be unable to do that. Now, if you guys are unable to kind of tell what stick drift is or have no idea what stick drift is, I'm going to be showing that right now. So if you guys have a brand new controller, an older controller, or a controller that you guys might beat on, please let me know down in the comment section right now, after going ahead and testing and fine-tuning your Deadzone setting, what setting are you actually at? Now, for the Xbox Elite controllers, I've had really good experience with these controllers. Now, my controller, I use it every single all day, and I've had it for about 6 months. So me being at a 0.07 really isn't that bad. Now, for those of you who are on PS4 controllers, not to bash the PS4 controller, but honestly, for my own personal usage, I've suffered from severe stick drift using those controllers. Let me know what your Deadzone settings are set at. I have an idea, especially if you guys have the PS4 SCUF controllers. Your Deadzone settings would be around a 0.1 to a 0.15, maybe even a 0.20 if you guys have the PS4 SCUF controllers. I might have some usage under that belt. Now, like I said, let me know in the comment section what your settings are, where we're going to go ahead and break down exactly how to figure out if your controller suffers from massive stick drift. So you guys can see here, I have my controller placed at the center of the target's heart. Now, I'm going to go back to the settings and I'm going to showcase exactly what stick drift looks like. Now, like I said, ideally, we want to have this at close to 0 as possible. Now, I'm going to bump this all the way down to 0 and look what happens to the controller. You guys can see here, I'm not touching nothing. Look at this. No, I'm not touching anything. You guys can see with the controller cam, my controller is just moving. It's bad. The stick drift is pretty severe. Look, I'm not touching a thing. You guys can see here, my hands, nothing. Not touching nothing. My character just it's all over. It's terrible. That's how you know if your controller suffers from severe stick drift. Now, I have some pretty bad stick, not terrible stick drift, but at a 0.7, that's pretty bad. I mean, at 0.0, that's pretty bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and recenter my controller here for the target for you guys to kind of tell. Now, again, I put it back to a 0.7 so don't move nowhere. We're gonna go ahead and put it at a 0.1. You can see at a 0.1 that it is still drifting. There is some play. It's kind of drifting down to the bottom. This is kind of what you do not want to have happen, because what's unfortunately going to happen eventually is my controller is going to drift all the way down. It's going to actually come off of the red kind of circle area of the target. That's kind of where you want to have your crosshairs at. You want to have your crosshairs not moving as much as possible. Now, like I said, I'm putting no tension on my controller's thumbsticks. I'm not touching anything, but my controller is drifting all the way down. Now, you're going to have to kind of work your way up and keep increasing this to kind of figure out exactly what the best controller dead zone is for your specific controller. Now, again, I'm going to go ahead and bump this up. We're going to kind of speed it up, bump it to a 0.4. I'm going to go ahead and readjust it to the center of it. Again, I'm not moving my controller at all, but it's still going to be drifting a little bit. Eventually, it's going to actually drift over to the top right area or over to the bottom right area, which honestly is not where I want my controller to be at. Because I have an older controller, I'm going to have to compensate and run a little bit of a higher dead zone setting. Now, this is also a good kind of way to judge if it might be time to invest in a brand new controller, because you guys can see here, I wanted to run my dead zone setting as close to 0 as possible, but that's just impossible. I can't do that, and that's going to drastically affect and throw off my aim and accuracy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and re-put this at a 0.7 so I can kind of show you guys exactly, show you guys exactly what's going to happen when I do actually put tension on the thumbsticks. Now, you guys can see here, I'm doing this with my thumb, so it's going to be the kind of close to real world scenario, so you guys can actually test this out and adjust this yourselves. Now, you guys can see here, with ever so slight movement in my thumbstick with a 0.7, I'm able to move my controller. Now, I barely touched it. Now, I am running an Xbox Elite controller with the domed thumbsticks. I'm running an aftermarket thumbstick. Like I said, let me know down in the comment section right now. For those of you who have PlayStation 4 SCUF controllers, what is your current dead zone settings? I can guarantee you your 0.0 setting is going to be kind of what mine is, maybe even severely worse. Now, again, I'm going to show you guys again, ever so slight movement. Barely moving my thumbstick, barely moving it. You guys can kind of tell. Barely moving it. That's going to be your controller's responsiveness. Now, I want to ideally be close to 0 as possible. Now, for a 0.4, this is where I want to be at, but unfortunately, because of my controller's health, because of how much I've used it and how old it is, I can't run this because of the stick drift. But you guys can kind of see here how more responsive this is. I'm barely moving it and starting to pull. Barely. You can barely tell. You guys can kind of see that my controller was almost letting me at maybe a 30-degree angle when I had it on a 0.7. Barely moving it on a 0.4. You can't even tell. Barely moving it. That is good controller responsiveness, but unfortunately, because of my controller's health, like I said, I am unable to run this setting. Now, you guys might be asking, okay, even though after I go ahead and fine-tune my controller's dead zone, how is this actually going to affect my aim and accuracy? Let me go ahead and give you guys a scenario here. Now, I've always preached and I've always kind of spread the knowledge that you guys want to make sure you guys are putting yourself at the best situations, putting yourself in the best, position of the map possible, pre-aiming when possible. Now, if you guys are pre-aiming a target, that's going to be pretty much you ADSing, waiting for that one specific or maybe two players to come across to your screen. If you guys have a lower than ideal dead zone setting, your controller is going to actually be drifting without actually you going ahead and adjusting it, which can get really annoying and kind of throw off, your aim and accuracy. Now, if you guys fine tune this, you're gonna not have as much movement in your stick when you do not want to have the movement happening. And that's exactly why this is very important that you guys go ahead and fine tune your Deadzone setting. I want to go in depth on this video and kind of showcase exactly what severe stick drift looks like, what an ideal Deadzone setting would look like, and also if you guys have to fine tune this and run a setting that is less than ideal, what you guys can actually run. Now, like I said, I'm running a 0.7. Is this less than ideal? Not really, but for my own personal playstyle, I kind of want to have it as close to 0 as possible. I would prefer to have a 0.04, but like you guys saw here, I physically cannot run that due to my controller's health. So like I said, this is a good way to kind of tell if you guys need to invest in a brand new controller, or if you guys have a new controller, you can see if you can run a 0, if possible, a 0.01 or a 0.02 to a 0.04 and absolutely just destroy people at long ranges. Now, like I said, let me know down in the comment section your Deadzone setting and what you guys are at, and please don't feel shy. Let me know what your settings are at for those of you on PS4 and for those of you who have the PS4 scuff controllers. Like I said, I hope it's not around a 0.15 to a 0.20, but hey, it could be. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys absolutely smash the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and above all, everybody, make sure you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Deuces. If you made it this far into the video, odds are you enjoy the content or you are a very loyal subscriber, and I cannot thank you guys enough for your everlasting support. If you guys are unaware, every single night at 11:45 p.m. Central Time and also every single morning at 11:15 a.m. Central Time, I am live streaming over on Twitch. On Twitch, I'm playing Modern Warfare with viewers, subscribers, anybody who wants to go ahead, interact with me, or run a couple games of Modern Warfare. You can go ahead and find my Twitch channel by searching in twitch.tv/earsxbl in the Google search bar, or going on Twitch and typing in earsxbl. My channel is going to be the first thing that pops up. Make sure you guys go ahead and drop me a follow. We are on the road to 8,000 followers, as well as if you guys have Twitch Prime and want to hook your boy up, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you guys do actually subscribe to the channel with Twitch Prime or actually use a tier 1 sub, make sure you guys let me know over on Twitter. My link is going to be down in the description below. Tweet me a picture and I'll make sure to follow you guys back and give you guys a personalized thank you. Appreciate all the support you guys have been showing on the videos. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I hope to see as many of you guys over on the Twitch streams as possible. With all being said, I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.